Hello everybody. Um this is my harvest of black eyed peas. And as you can see, I have most of them are green and I have some that are turning brown and that are brown. Now, if you want the usual black eyed peas that you're used to, that you can get in the store, you want to harvest them when they're at this point. When you open them up, you're going to see that they look like true black eyed peas. And this one is still a little green, but when you open it up, it'll still resemble black eyed pea. These ones, call them teenagers. You open them up, they'll be green, but with a with brown black where you usually see the eye. So you know that they're black eyed peas. Now, when it gets about this size, I can't really. Well, I would. I mean, you could cook them up whole like this if you wanted to. But I find that you have to really cook them a long time, and that this outer casing is becomes very chewy, and you can't really chew it down. And you probably have to end up spitting it out unless you swallow it whole. It won't kill you, but it's just kind of tough. So I usually try to get the. Let me see if I can find one like this. It's not really big to cook whole if I wanted to cook whole. But most of the ones that I picked today, we're going to have to shell them and get the peas out. Now, some would say, why won't you wait till they turn all the way brown and, pick it then when they're totally ripe? I for the most part, I like to pick my stuff early before it's my way of having a natural pesticide. When things get going and things get growing, it starts to attract insects and other things and disease or whatever, and then your whole crop is ruined. Now, it's not like I'm selling these, so I picked them early. They're still packed with full of nutrients, and I picked them early, shell them, and depending on how much I harvest, um, I usually will mix them in like rice or whatever, or put them in a smoothie. Um, Frankly, I don't have enough out there to make a big old pot of beans by themselves. So I use them and I put them in different dishes and things like that, rice or whatever. But this summer I just use them mainly to put in my shakes in the morning. Um, so what the Lord said to me is that, and I've said this in previous videos, is that they will help white blood cell count. So if God forbid, have cancer or something like that, and you're taking some type of treatment which is destroying your white blood cells, these are what you want to eat. And white blood cells, as we all know, they're good for just immunity, period. So I didn't know back when I made my first videos about black eyed peas and when I said that they're good for white blood cell count. I didn't know that I had myself an issue with white blood cell count, which is the reason why God was telling me that. But I did not know I had a low white blood cell count. Um, because I later found out that I was anemic, and it's all related. So if you're anemic, severely anemic, then your white it's gonna have what I want to say. It's gonna have an effect on also on your white blood cell count. So these are good for blood building, not just white blood cells. But if you look this up, when I looked it up, I couldn't find anything that said anything about white blood cell count. But I did find scientifically that they do help with building your blood platelets and all that good stuff, and hemoglobin, blah blah blah. That's documented fact. But what the Lord told me, white blood cell count, that it's good for white blood cell, I could not find any information to back that up. But I believe God, and I've heard God long enough to know his voice. If he said it helps with the white blood count, it helps with the white blood count. So anyone dealing with that, you might want to get some black eyed peas in your life. Um, I just like to grow them on my own, because I know if there's, I know what I did to them. I didn't put pesticides on them. I didn't do, unless they were natural and organic. In the beginning, I just used homemade natural organic pesticide. Now it's a little late in the season and I'm just tired. So I'm like, all right, y'all do what y'all do, and I'll pick y'all early, and hopefully y'all don't get an infestation. Um, and so far so good, but when they were young, when they were just leaves and things, I did use the natural organic pesticide, but I'm being a little lazy. So right now they're just growing profusely. And another reason why you want to cut them young is because the more that they turn brown and they turn to, like, because what the plant is thinking is like, okay, I need to reproduce. Okay, I made my seed, so I'm good now. I can go and rest. But if you keep cutting them off before they're full grown, before they go, as they say, to seed, you keep cutting them off, then the plant will be like, I need to produce it. I need to produce. And so I've been away for a couple of days. When I came back, I was like, wow, they really were, out there producing, because I had cut them all down, basically. So, and every day I go out, there's more, and they grow so fast. Once they get going, they grow so fast. So, I'm going to continue to harvest until, until the frost, I guess. These originate from Africa, so I don't know. They may stop growing even before the frost comes, but we'll see. So, this was a success. I want to show you guys what they look like on the inside, but I only got one hand. Let me see if I can do it. Let's start with the mature kind. Alright, so this is what I'm going to have to do, y'all. I'm going to cut, and I'm going to have to come back and show you what they look like open, okay? Because I can't hold this camera and do it at the same time. So, okay, so I've opened them up, and let's start with the super ripe one. Let's see here. Oh no, that's not, okay, yeah. Alright, so as you can see, it looks like a real black eyed pea, which it is. Get one out so you can see it. Focus here, huh? Sorry. Oh gosh, y'all, hold on there. Let me see it. All right. Here's one. Looks like a real black eyed pea in there. See that? So there you go. That's what the dark ones look like when they're fully ripe. Looks like a real black eyed pea. Then you have the semi-ripe. Still looking like a black eyed pea, and has the color. It's getting darker, as you can see in there. If I would have let it grow, it would have, continue to darken and look more like a black eyed pea. Then you have the green, where they're still green, but they have that telltale sign where they got their little eye on there. Now this is a lot to shell. They have machines where they can shell the peas for you, but I have kids, so they will be shelling these. I have a daughter who struggles with hand-eye coordination, and so this is a perfect chore for her to do. So she'll be doing that, and that will help her with her hand-eye coordination and her occupational therapy. So she will be shelling these peas, whether she likes it or not. So that's it, guys. That's what I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed. And since everybody else always says it, I'm gonna say it too. Like the button, push the like button. Send your comments if you have comments, questions. I love to see them. All right, I love you guys. Until next time.